informed, be inspired, and be entertained. That's iRadio OUM all about. We give nothing but the very best for our listeners. Thank you very much for still be patient and still listening to my segment Econscation. In today's edition, yes, we have a special guest, Professor Ramli bin Bahroom, the Financial Controller of OUM. Okay, Prof, shall we divert a bit from the first question about EPF? Okay, OUM Academic Excellence Award and Yayasan Canselor financial assistance is given to new learners with excellent entry qualifications and financial background that will be considered by university. So as for OUM alumni who obtained pass with distinction in their first degree at OUM and also continue to pursue postgraduate studies. So perhaps you can share with the listeners how can OUM students apply this scheme and what are the allocations fund?
Thank you, Siti. No problem. I think we can divert because this is still related to finance and also to funding. Well, in OUM, we promote excellence in learning, just like any other university. And one of the ways for us to encourage our learners to be excellent in their studies is for us to provide several incentives for academic excellence, both for new learners as well as assisting learners, and both in the undergraduate as well as the postgraduate programs. Now, but before I go into the details, some of the details of the incentives, allow me to digress a little, because for 2012 we have made some changes with respect to our program fee structure. We have done away with the detailed breakdowns of the program fees. Before, I think probably the learners noticed that we used to break down our fees into various categories, such as tuition fees, exam fees, resource fees, registration fees, etc. But starting 2012, this is to enable students to easily remember our fees, and also for their convenience, we just use one lump sum figure. Yes, and that is we use what we call program fees per credit, which is the total fees of the program divided by the number of credits of the program. So at the beginning of each semester, learners will pay program fees, the whole amount, based on the number of credits they take for the semester. So if a learner, say, takes 3 subjects for a particular semester, that is equivalent to 9 credits. So if the fees per credit is say for example 200 ringgit, then you just multiply by 9. That means the student or the learner needs to pay only 1,800 ringgit, and that is all inclusive for the whole semester, right? So that is the change. Now we do not have any more detailed breakdowns of the fees. Now, coming back to the incentives, basically OUM has 2 kinds of incentives. One is incentive for excellence.
Okay.
This involves full exemption of fees. We call this bursary. Or in Bahasa Malaysia, derma siswa. Yeah. And number 2, we have incentives for different categories of learners. This is not based on excellence, but based on certain characteristics of the learner. This is to encourage them to continue learning with OUM. And it's also part of our contribution towards lifelong learning, because we would like to encourage our learners, who are working people, to continue to learn, even though they have got their job, they have got their degrees or diplomas. We want them to upgrade themselves, so we provide certain incentives. Let me first go to the bursary. Bursaries provide, as I said earlier, full exemption from fees.
Full exemption?
Yes. That means if you are eligible for a bursary, that means you do not need to pay any fees, program fees. But we do require you to pay a small amount called administration fee, which ranges from 250 ringgit for a diploma program per semester to about 500 ringgit for a postgraduate program. That is the administration fee which you have to pay for every semester. Now, bursary for new learners is based on excellent entry requirements, as well as appropriate socio-economic background. Here we look at learners who are not only good in their studies, but also they must come from poor background. I mean, if you are good, you are excellent, but you are rich, you can afford, then I don't think it's fair for us to give you the bursary. In fact, in this regard, I would like to encourage single mothers to
Single
apply.
mothers, okay.
Then they will be considered accordingly lah. Apart from that, apart from academic excellence, we also have another category of bursary which is meant for national sportsmen, whereby national sportsmen are those who have won medals at international level competition. It doesn't matter which color. You can win gold, silver or bronze, but as long as you have won a medal, then you will get a bursary, and again you will get full exemption of the fees. Even national coaches get certain benefits, but we do not have, at the moment, we do not have a bursary for national coaches. But we do have some discounts which we provide to the coaches, depending on their coaching grades. I think in this country we have grade 1, grade 2, grade 3. And grade 3 are the highest lah. So if you are in grade 3, you get higher discounts. I think up to a maximum of probably 10% or 20%, I think.
20%
discount. You mentioned earlier, Siti, that alumni, OUM alumni.
Yes, alumni.
Yes, we also treat them with some special preference, and they also will get some benefits if they did well, if they do well in their exam, in their studies. In fact, alumni who pass with excellence in their undergraduate levels will also get full exemption, a bursary. That means they don't have to pay their fees as they enroll in the say postgraduate program. So we do have all this to encourage our learners to pursue their study with us. The other thing is we also give substantial discounts to senior citizens and also orang kelainan upaya that is OKU. Previously, I think our learners probably are aware of this. They get 75% discount, but that 75% discount is only on tuition fees.
Only on tuition fees.
That does not include program fees, resource fees, and so on. Now that we have decided to do away with all those details, now that we have lumped, we have lumped together the fees into one figure. Now we decided that these senior citizens as well as the OKU, we give them 40% discount.
40%.
Yes, but on a bigger amount lah, because we have already combined all those fees. So now they only pay only 60% of their fees. And also, in line with the new discount, we also revise the eligibility of senior citizens.
I see.
That is, now senior citizen must reach the age of 60 at the time of registration. See, before we say that if you are born on or before Merdeka Day, that is on 31st August 1957, if you are born on or before, you are eligible for the senior citizen. But if you are born in 1957, you are not yet 60 now. So we have changed that because I think
I see. So starting
we
next year,
we are following the government retirement age of 60. So we follow that. Now again, another kind of incentive that we provide to our learners. This is for our tutors. who have been teaching with us for some time. You know. Now tutors get a maximum of 40%.
40%.
Yes, but they must have served for longer years. Minimum for a tutor, minimum years, number of years that they have served with us
Okay.
To make them eligible for this incentive is they must serve with us for at least 2 years.
At least 2 years.
Yes. Then they get the first discount of 10%. And then for every subsequent year or for every additional year, they will get another 10%. So if you have been with us for 2 years, then you get 20%. You get 10%. Then if you have served with us 3 years, you get 20%. 4 years, 30%, and
It
maximum
will
40%.
increase. Yeah.
Of course, if you have served with us 5 years or 6 years, you still get 40%. So that is another incentive that we provide. And I think you mentioned also in your question just now that these incentives are in collaboration with the Yayasan Canselor.
Yayasan Canselor.
Learners should be aware that this Yayasan does have some fund, and they could tap on this fund. So if they are excellent, or if they are in any of these categories of learners who are eligible for the incentives like the discounts and so on, please apply. You must apply lah. All
Yeah.
this you can. They are not automatic. You must
You
apply.
have to
So
apply.
to us, and inshallah we have a special committee in this university where we will look at your application, and if you fulfill the requirements, then you should be able to get the incentives provided lah. Either in the form of full exemption, bursary, where you get full exemption of the fees,
Okay.
or you get some kind of incentives under the various discount rates lah. So we do, so that to me, I think we at OUM, we try as much as possible to provide as much incentives as possible for our learners, to encourage them to continue learning with us.
Yes, that's true.